we are developing students for the industry, career and technical education, so that they become our replacements.
These young people have chosen this opportunity to get a jump start on their career.
They'll have a better idea about what they want to do and what they're good at by the time they leave high school.
There's some great opportunities for these students that are coming out of the career and technical programs from Henrico County.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Henrico CTE Now. I am Rashawn Garnett, and with me today I have nobody. It's just me, guys. Just me flying solo here today, but hopefully I won't crash the Henrico CTE Now plane. Hopefully I'll be able to handle this solo flight. Micah had other obligations today, so it's just me here hosting the show without my good friend. Got 3 guests here for you today for your listening pleasure, but before we get to that, I want you guys to check us out on social media: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I said Twitter twice, but go check out our Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all at the handle Henrico CTE. Just in case you missed it, on our YouTube channel, we have the live stream posted for our 2021 signing day, or maybe you just want to relive the wonderful moment again. Go check that out up there. It's on our YouTube channel. Repost it live. Go see those successful students moving on to the world of work. So proud of them. Congratulations once again to them. Also check out our website, henricocte.com. It is a great place to learn about our programs, all the programs and classes that we offer. And you can find information on our summer Polytech program, which is, as of this airing of this podcast, still open for registration. Visit henricocte.com/summer-programs/ Again, henricocte.com/summer-programs with an S and / to get more information about those programs. And what they are is they offer sample sizes of programs for your student to try, and it's available for rising 6th through 12th graders to come out and try some of our programs, sample sizes of some of our programs. All right, now for your feature presentation, guys. Inside of the A Center at Hermitage, we are here today with Workforce and Career Development Specialist Bev Cocke. She is accompanied by 2 ambassadors with her student ambassadors. You'll find out what that is here in a moment. We have Daejah and Keertiana. They are here, and they have come to talk a little bit about what it is they're doing as far as being student ambassadors. And I'll let Bev take the floor here. Bev, tell us what is a student ambassador, and what is that program all about, and how did it come to be?
Well, our career ambassadors are a way for our younger students to actually learn more about career exploration and our CTE programs that we offer here. So the career ambassadors are high school students that have that opportunity to learn more about leadership skills and to go into our elementary schools, talk to the students in K through 5, as well as our middle schools, and also to talk with our community.
Yeah, leadership skills, something that is important when you're going into any field. Those are some of those life skills that we try to equip some of our students with here in CTE. I mean, can you agree? Would you agree with that? Life-ready skills. Yeah, I mean, so Daejah and Keertiana, how did you guys hear about the Student Ambassador Program? And Keertiana, you can go ahead and start first.
I did not. Well, I heard about it in my high school, but I didn't know about it until our practical nursing teacher had told us that we had gotten accepted into the program. And I was surprised. I was just like, oh, okay, this seems like a cool opportunity to talk to people who are younger than me and get them to understand that this program is actually very helpful to join.
All right. So Daejah, what about you?
The same for me. I didn't know about it until our practical nursing teacher emailed us and said that this was an opportunity that we could do. So I thought it was really fun thing that they had said that would be helpful for us in the future. And I'm really passionate about my career. So I thought it would be good for me to speak and learn on other careers.
Right. I've had an opportunity to be in one of the virtual meetings that you have, and I can hear the passion when talking to the students about our LPN program, about our practical nursing program. So practical nursing, you start that your senior year, right?
Yes.
Both of you guys are seniors. Did you guys get a chance to take any other A Center courses prior to this class? And we'll start with Daejah this time.
Last year, we both were at EMT.
Oh, hanging out together, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So EMT. So you have interest in the health field, right? So when did you know that you wanted to possibly try something in the health field, starting with EMT and then eventually moving into practical nursing where you are now?
I always wanted to be in that healthcare And taking the EMT class, it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing because at first I wanted to do nurse aid, but I like changed my mind lastly and did EMT. So then once I got into the practical nursing program, I was very excited because that was something I really wanted to do.
Right.
Because I do want to be a neonatal nurse when I'm older. So getting into the program, it gave me like a head start. So I was very happy about that.
Well, you know, in that practical nursing program, have you guys done anything that may be similar to your end goal, right, of becoming that type of nurse that you're aspiring to be?
Not yet. When we go into the second part of the program, we'll do clinical rotations. Right. So that's when we get to do like different nursing careers, med-surg, pediatric nursing, OBGYN. So I'm very excited about going into the second part of the program. Right.
If you're a listener and you weren't aware that this program starts when they're seniors, but continues a little bit after they graduate, and it's awesome to hear. I didn't know that. Get insight, and they actually let you guys focus on different aspects of nursing there. So, Daejah, what about you? Like, what was that sparked your want to get into the health field?
So, like, ever since I was younger, I've always wanted to be in the medical field. Like, I used to help the nurse aide, like, take care of my grandmother. So, like, I've always wanted to do this.
Right.
So then I did a summer polytech class, and I did sports med.
Go summer polytech. Yes. Try it before you buy it. That's all we say on the show.
Yeah. So that was really fun. And I was going to do sports med. I did an open house and learned about EMT. So I was like, okay, so I'll do that now. So I did the EMT, and then I was like, you know, this is fine, but I want to be a nurse. So I was like, I'll do the practical nursing program the next year. And I did that, and I love it.
EMT, and I think you said you wanted to do nurse aid and you want to do sports prior to the EMT choice. Really, either one of those programs will give you similar skills that you would be using in the class now. How was some of those skills translated for you? And I'll start with Daejah, maybe from EMT on to practical nursing.
We did like learn some of the same things, like doing anatomy and like how the body works. And then we were able to take those skills, the emergency skills that we learned, into nursing. So we knew some of the skills that we were already going to be doing. So it kind of gave us a head start on what's going to happen in nursing.
All right. What about you for nursing? Was it a similar experience?
Yes, it was. During EMT, like the anatomy portion of the program, that's what we learned going into like the nursing program. Also, I feel like the difference between like the EMT program and the nurse aid program is that EMT has been very like fast paced. You have to be like there right on the scene, think quick on your feet. I think that was the main difference between the nursing and the EMT program.
But I feel like those skills that you learn, right, you know, like being quick on your feet, being fast speed, maybe something that you could carry over into your career as a nurse. You got some pretty some witty students here that you guys selected here for the student ambassador program, and Ms. Cocke over there smiling, nodding her head, very proud of you guys. So how was a student selected for this program? Both very well spoken and both very knowledgeable about the courses we offer here at the ACE Center. So how was someone selected for a program like this?
First, I've been very impressed with these students. They've been a joy to watch, and I can't wait to see where they go in their careers. But to be involved with the Career Ambassador program, it was through nominations of their ACE Center teacher.
Right. So that's actually it's a really good idea, because the teachers know best, right? I mean, they know the students better.
They've observed them.
They've observed them.
Exactly.
They've had an opportunity to see who does well with public speaking, who's really into the courses. We'd like to think everybody is, but sometimes that's not the case. But obviously you two are. So, Bev, what are some of the skills and traits that you look for in a good student ambassador, at least at the base level, right? Because you guys mentioned building up leadership skills and other things that they can find useful once they graduate. But what do you think makes a good student ambassador?
We're really looking for someone that has good communication skills, who has that enthusiasm or the passion, as you can hear from these two young ladies today. Someone who has great workplace readiness skills. They've passed their certificate there. They're punctual. They're reliable. This past year, flexibility has been a great key. Friendly has also been one, because we want them to enjoy actually the time that they spend with the young students, and let that shine through. Well,
I've certainly felt those vibes from just talking to them for a good 10 minutes about the friendliness in particular. And you guys are not shy around a microphone at all. So COVID has thrown you guys a curveball, really thrown the world a curveball. Talk about adjusting to COVID. You guys had an opportunity to be part of the hybrid learning model here inside of HCPS. I don't know why I went marble, but talking like I have marbles in my mouth. But yeah, you guys have had an opportunity to come back and actually get some hands-on experience. So let's talk about that. How were you guys able to adjust in the beginning until you were able to make it back to the classroom? And I'll start with Daejah.
It was hard, honestly. Like, from being in person to just switching to online completely when I've never done that before. Yeah. Like, especially math online is hard.
Well, math anytime for me, but
yes. But yeah, it was just like, it was a big adjustment. It wasn't bad like the half of my junior year, but when we started in the senior year doing nursing online, it was harder to like learn, because usually I'm like an in-person learner and I like to hear, see it, everything. It was just hard to adjust to. After we've done like small groups and like came in person, then it was able to get better back into the pace and everything started to work out.
All right, what was your reviews, Keertiana?
When we first started during our senior year, it was so hard because doing anatomy online, I feel like that was like very hard during the practical nursing program, because it's just like you're not in person and it's like she can't really teach everything that she wants to. But I loved how she started doing like the small groups. And then when we finally got back in person, we finally got back in the groove of doing things like hands-on, like in the labs and everything. That like helped us a lot.
And that's really the bigger portions of our program. I think that's one of the things that students are excited about most, right? Getting an opportunity to actually try out some of these professions that you see executed just about every day, right? Everybody's been to the doctor's office once or twice for a checkup. You've come in contact with nurses and people you aspire to be and doing professions you aspire to be. But I'm sure it's a great opportunity for you guys to get a chance to actually come and execute and learn some of those skills that they are practicing on a daily basis. So let's talk a little bit more about being an ambassador. You guys got an opportunity to visit some classes virtually, of course. So talk about that experience for me, and we'll start with Keertiana.
I think it was a very fun experience. Like being able to talk to the students, it was so much fun, and they had so much questions. They were very curious, and they were honestly adorable. Like I loved being able to talk to them.
Yeah, virtually, I think it makes them look a little bit younger, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I remember I was in one of these sessions prior, and it was a little student. All you could see was her little glasses on top of her head, and the teacher had to tell her to adjust the camera. It was so adorable. What about you, Daejah? What has been your review so far of this virtual career ambassador experience?
Yeah, I love doing it because I love working with kids. I also want to be in pediatrics. Doing it and like hearing them talk and how curious and like how interested they seemed in our program. They were just very cute little kids asking all these different types of questions. It's very fun.
Yeah. So, Bev, what does an average day look like for a student ambassador? Or not average day? Let's say maybe an average year. What was an average year look like for a student ambassador once we get an opportunity to get back to 95% normalcy?
Well, as you said, this year wasn't normal at all, or an average year. And it was a crazy year just to start a program, to have that inaugural program. And that's where the flexibility came in so well, because these guys, they never met in person. Every one of their meetings as career ambassadors was done virtually, as well as when they went into the school. So coming this fall, we actually will meet in person, and we also will have a lot of small group sessions and work. And that's really another piece that we wanted to bring to it, is to, yes, they would learn their leadership skills and better their communication skills and gain more confidence and prepare them for college and the world of work. But also we wanted them to gain those peer experiences and to really develop some bonds and to help network too. So that piece will be able to come into it. So this year, it's the same vision that we had last year, right? But we're going to hopefully be able to bring it to fruition better. So we piloted the school visits to grade 5, and we'd like to bring that out to grade 4 and 3 as well. Also for middle school, we would like to start a career club, and we weren't able to do any clubs this year.
Right, yeah.
So that would be another nice piece where career ambassadors will go in and facilitate these clubs. We also still want to do TikTok. We need to get
Gotta
some
break
more
into TikTok.
promotion in there.
I'm all for that.
And
100%.
also, the career ambassadors are representing our programs in the ACE Center at community events. Also, if we have businesses come in for lunches, we used to do this before COVID, and different businesses will come in and want to tour. So when Amazon and Facebook is ready to come in and tour our schools, it'll be our career ambassadors that will be showing them around to the different programs.
That sounds absolutely awesome. One point I really want to hit here is you mentioned into some younger groups there.
Yes.
Why do you think it's so important to, I guess, expose students at that age to what we do here at the ACE Center?
Well, truly in Henrico, we are looking at career exposure to be more of a K through 12 experience, which is something we may not have done before. Before we've had these career days or career fairs at every elementary school, but they've all been different. Because generally it's, I was on PTA for 20 years. So generally it was a PTA parent or a student's parent or a friend of the teachers that comes in for those career fair or career days. And therefore it looks different in each of our schools. And when you think back to all of the different careers that are out there in the 17 career clusters in the state of Virginia, we wanted to bring some more equity to that,
Right.
And have that better exposure, because you don't know what you don't know. And so we wanted to make sure that all the students get to see a little piece of each of those career clusters. And by bringing the career ambassadors into it, that was a huge step. They're a very key part here to bring that exposure to each of those career clusters so that students can really pull back that curtain and look at opportunities or jobs that they didn't even know exist.
When I go out, I've been out and talked to students prior to the pandemic, and Mike has come with me as well, and it just, the message hits a little bit different, right? If I can use a colloquialism from the youth, it hits a little bit different coming from me or Mike when we're talking about the programs than when they're hearing it from students or older kids, maybe in their terms.
Yeah.
So I think this is excellent.
So students, they love to model. And so there's no better model than a high school senior.
There really isn't.
No.
There really isn't.
And so that these students being in that classroom allow the younger students, our elementary kids and the middle school students, to really see themselves in these girls and in these other career ambassadors, and to say, well, if Daejah can do it, I can do that too.
Right.
There's a possibility for me. And so the career ambassadors open up this whole world of possibilities for the students that they interact with.
Yeah, and you mentioned you can't aspire for something that you don't know about. So
Yes.
Exposure is absolutely a huge part about it. And Keertiana, how did you hear about the EMT program? Of course, maybe nursing was the initial thing you heard about as well. So how did you hear about any of our programs at the ACE Center? And if you can think about back and remember.
I think it was back when I was like in 6th grade, I believe.
Oh, good. So we at least got to you at 6.
Yeah. It was when I was younger. It was in middle school. I remember we had I think it was like a career field day that you were like talking about.
Yeah.
And I saw Nurse A students, and they were talking about like their programs. And then they gave us like a slip to sign out, and we did like an essay, like talking about ourselves. And then I submitted it, and then I heard back from them, and they said that my spot would be held until like high school.
Yeah.
So that's how I heard about the program.
So let's expand on that a little bit. What was it like seeing students doing maybe what nurses do?
I thought it was really interesting. What I remember back then, I just remember like seeing like older kids just talking about like what they're doing like in their careers. And I thought it was like so inspiring. So that's how much I remember. But I remember like just seeing them talk about their program.
Make your point right there, Bev. Make your point right there. So Daejah, how'd you hear about our programs here?
The latest I remember was in 8th grade. Someone from the ACE Center came to talk to the whole 8th grade class about the ACE Center. So then they like explained all the different programs, and I was like, I know I want to do something in the medical field and do one of those programs. So like they gave us a pamphlet to look at. So I like studied and see which one I wanted to do. And then I also applied in 8th grade, so they would hold my spot until I got to high school to actually do the program.
Okay, so how many classes have you guys actually had a chance to visit, maybe virtually? And this may be a dumb question at this point in the podcast, but do you ever get nervous? Because you guys are killing it right now. I'll be honest. So do you ever get nervous? how many classes have you done so far, if you can remember? Give me a rough estimate. And how do you overcome those fears to give that presentation? And we'll start with Daejah.
Yeah, I get very nervous.
That's normal.
Yeah, it is. But like, I don't know how many classes exactly, but like, because we visited 4 different classes, and then I took 2 different classes at the ACE Center.
Okay. Right. So no,
I just
take a deep breath.
I just kind of go in, like
just
I just
jump
go in,
jump into the cold,
and then it just comes off. So then I'm just like in there, and I can't be nervous anymore.
How many classes have you had the opportunity of speaking to?
We actually spoke.
Both of you guys speak together.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the same classes. I think that's what makes it better because we're with each other.
Together.
Yeah. So I'm not as nervous. I mean, I still get nervous. Like before me and Daejah like talk to the classes, we're just like, oh my gosh, we're so nervous. But like I have her, so it's just like I'm okay.
And you guys sort of followed each other from class to class.
Yep.
Is there a story behind that? Was that like a plan, maybe? And Keertiana or Daejah, any one of you can tackle that one, or did it just like happen that way?
EMT wasn't a plan, and then we both wanted to do nursing, so we were hoping to get in the same class, but didn't think we would actually get into the same class.
Yeah. EMT was kind of like a spur of the moment thing for both of us.
Yeah.
And then when I had posted my schedule, back in like middle school and high school, we'll post like schedules to see who has our classes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
she had my class, and I was just like, yay.
Okay, that is very awesome. How have you guys seen yourselves grow as being part of the ambassador program? You had an opportunity to do some classes, albeit virtually, but how have you guys seen yourself grow? And Daejah, you go ahead and start with this one.
So I would say like my communication skills have like grown better because I'm able to talk about more of the careers altogether since we learned about like every single cluster, because I didn't know much about any of the other clusters except for like the healthcare field for me. So like learning about all of them and combining it together was able to help me like grow in communication and leadership.
Absolutely. And then that's the goal, according to Mrs. Cocke. So you want to grow in leadership and in communication. What about you?
I'll say the same. But for me, I feel like it was more like leadership, because being able to talk to like the different classes, we were able to like get them to understand like about these different programs, and it gave me the opportunity to take initiative when they were asking questions. So I think that's what really made me grow, because like normally I wouldn't take like charge on some stuff, or like I'm not really like a club type of person. So this gave me like the opportunity to do that.
You're speaking of being in a club, somewhat like the student ambassador program. Ms. Cocke mentioned that you had an opportunity to work with other students, again, meet virtually, of course. But what is something cool that you learned about a program that you have not been a part of as it being in the ACE Center? And we'll start with Keertiana.
I'll say, yeah, the different programs. I didn't realize like how many different programs there was. I mean, I knew there was a lot of programs here, but I mainly focused on like the healthcare programs. But I had no idea there was like a lot of like computer science programs and like let's see,
You just try to describe it. I'll try to help you out.
I don't.
What are they doing there? What are you seeing there?
The computer science.
Computer science. So computer information. That's computer systems. You got web development. Those are the two.
And like
programs.
auto body. Like I remember we went into like different classrooms like during EMT, and I was just like, this is like so cool.
It's just weird to like see other careers, because like I've mainly focused on the health, but like learning about the other ones, like we got buddied up with people from all different programs, so they got to talk, and you can tell how passionate they were about their program that they were in. So it was just like kind of eye-opening to like hear about different programs and the careers that they want to do rather than just mine.
And I'm sure it gives you more context as when you guys are out there in classes virtually or in person, hopefully this coming fall, to talk about different things. Maybe another student in that class might be interested in a different area of study than your particular one. But I think that's a great experience that you guys get an opportunity to kind of cross-examine other classes. So, Bev, I wanted to ask you this. What do you hope students listening to these wonderful ambassadors take away from listening to what they have to say when they come and visit those at middle schools, at elementary schools, at high schools sometimes?
I think what I'd really like for them to take away is that all things are possible. and that they see themselves in these career ambassadors. And as I said before, the career ambassadors represent all these possibilities. So it would be nice for students to learn a little bit about an area that they didn't know. They may decide that they want to find out more information about it, that it's for them, or they may decide, this is not for me.
Not where I want to go.
And and you just check it off your list, which is also a great way to learn what you like and what you don't like. But I want to go back to, it was so interesting to watch. They talked about the students having wonderful questions. But what I would see is when these young ladies or other career ambassadors start talking, the students in the elementary schools actually sit up taller in their chairs. They're paying attention, and then they're asking those great questions.
Right.
But they are so engaged because they are looking, they're like looking at a mirror. They're able to see what their potential is and what their possibilities are. And so I think that is one of the biggest things that this program, these young ladies in particular, and our others have brought to the students that are able to explore through their virtual visits that we did this year.
Yeah, and it really is impactful for students to see older kids doing something cool and doing something that they themselves could possibly be doing one day. So Daejah and Keertiana, would you guys recommend anybody, they given the opportunity to become a student ambassador, would you recommend it to anybody? And tell me why. And Daejah nodding her head. Let me start with Daejah because I've just been picking on her all evening long. But go ahead. Like, why? Why should someone, have given the opportunity, to consider being a part of this program and taking it seriously?
Yeah, whoever is in like the ACE program should definitely try to be a career ambassador, because like you learn so many things just about like leadership, communication, like all the skills that she had talked about earlier. And it's just something to start with so you can get more exposure to like all the different careers and to help other people find the career that they want to do.
All right. Keertiana, you want to weigh in?
Yes, I think they should join the career ambassadors because it's an aspiring program. Like you're able to talk to like younger kids about like the program. And I believe if you want to do something that's involving in leadership, you should do the program.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Bev, we kind of hit on it a little bit, the end game for these students, but if you could drive the point a little bit more home here, what do you hope they leave the program with?
What our career ambassadors leave with?
Yes, ma'am.
More confidence in themselves, more understanding of their leadership style. Because we talked about different leadership skills. We talked a lot about Stephen Covey. We also learned about elevator pitches for their personal elevator pitch as well as the career cluster. So our goal too was that when they go up, they shake someone's hand, they will be able to say who they are, what program they are in, what they want to be in life. So that's a wonderful experience too. And that leads to that communication piece.
Absolutely. And it's just the little things you pick up on. And I can tell you guys have been paying attention. Just how you guys sit in your chair, the eye contact, you talking directly to me. Sometimes, we talk to students, they look all at the ground and things like that, but none of that's been here. None of that's been apparent, at least in this podcast. So you guys taking ACE in a program, still in the LPN program, got a little bit more school to go. What would you say to a student that might be on the fence about taking an ACE in a program? And I'll start with Keertiana.
I think you should just do it.
Just do it.
Honestly. Because if you're like set on a career, and if this program has the career, you should just do it to just get like experience. And this program could help you out.
We try to give you guys skills that last a lifetime, whether you go into the program or you don't do anything completely related to the program at all. But I feel like the things that you learn at the ACE Center will always be of value. And Daejah, your take on this?
Just dive in, just go ahead and like experience new things. Even if it's not something that you exactly want to do, you can still do it to try to like push you into the like path you want to go to. Right. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of, speaking of career clusters, right, there are multiple paths within each career cluster with similar skill sets. You can find something in the health field, say you want to be a doctor. Why not take a nursing course, right, to get your feet wet in the medical field, right? Yeah. So, Bev, I'll let you talk to the parents here a little bit. What would you say to a parent who might be apprehensive about letting their student participate in one of our programs?
Well, I would say talk to a student that is currently in a program. Find out directly from a student what they think of it, or talk to that parent too. Our programs offer so much possibilities for students, and as as we just heard, as the young ladies are saying, it's whether you want to go into that particular field. Sometimes you find out that may not want to be the field, but you've also gained all of these other life-ready experiences and our workplace readiness skills that will better prepare you for college and or the world of work. And as a parent, I can also say it can save some bank too.
Okay.
Because our programs, our students come out every year, thousands of students come out with certifications and licenses that put them a step above students that do not have those. And so they're ready to go right on in. We just had signing day.
I'm going to say it if you didn't.
Just had signing day where we had about 50 students signed to go with businesses. And yes, that means they're starting their careers right after graduation, but there also is an educational component with that.
Absolutely.
In many of those businesses, it is continuation of their educational learning, and they're being paid while they're doing it, and the apprenticeship programs are fabulous. So there are many ways to get to that end game of where you want to go, but definitely our ACE centers and our CTE programs are wonderful opportunities for all students.
Wonderful opportunities for students to get a leg up or at least try something that they think they could possibly be interested in. All right, guys, we are running up against the clock here. Before we go, I want to remind you, check us out on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all at the handle Henrico CTE. YouTube, again, we got that live stream for replay of the signing day. If you hadn't had an opportunity to check out the signing day and see the smiles on the students' faces when they realize they have an idea of where they're going, or really a place to go after they graduate and earn a decent wage, go ahead and check that out. Again, our handle for Facebook, just search Henrico CTE and you will find it there. Also check out HenricoCTE.com. Summer Polytech information at HenricoCTE.com // summer programs / Man, we got to make these links a little bit easier for me to read. But go there and you'll be able to find more information about our Summer Polytech program. You heard it here. We had one of our students able to try it before she bought it, and now she's here in our LPN program. All right, guys, that's it for us here for Henrico CTE Now. Thank you guys so much for joining us. For Ms. Bev Cocke, for Keertiana, for Daejah, I'm Rashawn Garnett. This has been Henrico CTE Now. Until next time, so long, everyone.